Hello, Kit heads. Yes, it is us. We are talking Kit. You may have forgot the home of the greatest football kit content in the whole entire world. We've been away for a little bit, but we are back. That's right. Home of full kit rankers, and we are deep diving far into the rank bank for 10 more shirts for us to have a look over, muse over, debate and discuss. And yeah, as always, I'm Double A, the person who brings you full kit rankers and talking kit and all that good stuff. And with me, you can see I've got three absolute fantastic people from the kit community to talk about these shirts. Obviously, the right-hand man to the show. Did we get it right? I got it right. Yes, thank God for that. It's obviously Kit King Dom. Mate, how are you doing? It feels like it's been so long since I've seen that beautiful face.
Mate, I've had a birthday and everything. And I don't know whether I might have had two. It feels that long.
You've had a birthday? Oh, I feel bad.
You're literally older.
Yeah, you're literally older than the last time I saw you. Oh, we all are. You get old every day. How was your birthday? 22? Was it?
1922, more like. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Didn't really do anything too football orientated, but you don't always have to. Plus, the onus is on everyone else to kind of make a fuss of you anyway. So it's kind of, I was in their hands, managed to get a couple of shirts and what have you as well. So all good though, mate.
That's all that matters though, isn't it, mate? That's all that matters. I mean, the set is looking bellissimo. Yeah. Very Italian these days, as you can probably tell.
Yeah. Someone's been to Milan, have they?
I'm Bergamo. I mean, it's not just one place, mate.
You can't count the airport.
No, but we went around the city. We didn't just go to the airport. We spent a lot of time in each place. If you don't know what we're talking about, on my other channel, Double AFC, you should know. There's a vlog on there. Obviously, I went to my first Serie A game, wearing a shirt I wore to that game as well, not to give away the team that we went to watch or anything. Jay, obviously, accompanied me, and listen, I think I'm fantastic, right? And I know I do talk a lot of shit about myself and how good I am. And I really do like that vlog. But let me just tell you, Jay's film that he made, do you know when you're in like a show, like a class presentation, and you've worked hard on this presentation, you think, fuck, if I don't get first place, I'll be fuming. And you think, nah, I'm definitely the best. And then someone comes in late and shows their work, and you think, you fucking bastard. I might as well just throw mine away. Like, genuinely,
his dad's helped him with that. Yeah, well, he's not done any of that.
Some of us ain't got dads. I have got a dad. Why am I lying? Jay's film is absolutely unreal. So I implore everyone to go, after you've watched this, go to Retro Football Kits YouTube, go and watch his film, because genuinely, like, he should be directing films for people, like, with bloody Wesley Snipes in, or Gavardio in, or something. I don't know, but he should be doing. He's fantastic, and I genuinely, I'm not saying it because he's my friend, but he is. Honestly, I speak about him all the time. He's like my little brother, and I feel like his work deserves the shout it deserves, because it's fucking brilliant, mate. There was that one scene he did, the rewind scene, and I was like, I text you, "Fee, no, me, no." I was like, oh, mate, that was.
Mate, you gaff me up too much when you get.
Nah, mate, I call it how I see it. So yeah, I mean, we'll get onto him in a second anyway. But Dom, everything all right with you? We've gone off tangent there, but. Good,
yes, absolutely. Okay. Look, that's far more interesting to talk about. I watched it myself as well, and would agree with every little thing that you said. Great work, Jay, as always. Some cracking stuff coming from you, and I'm sure some even better stuff to come as well.
Yeah, didn't mention mine at all, but it's fine, mate. It's okay. Don't worry about it. I mean, he's had the best intro ever. I didn't even write anything down for him. I don't need to. It's obviously Jay from Retro. Hey, mate.
Hey, lad. Do I need to say anything else?
I don't think you need to.
Welcome. I'm welcomed. No, obviously, always good to be back on the show. I feel like a regular. I feel at home doing this. And thank you for the kind words on the film. I put a lot of hard work into that, so I do appreciate it.
You can tell. Yeah, mine just literally spliced through together, whatever it is. Isn't it?
Don't be
silly. I'm joking. I'm not going to go into the Twitter and YouTube problems, though. I'm not going to go into that because that'll really piss me off. But no, honestly, Jay, like you are the fifth ranker. You are, because obviously you do it off screen, you do it every week, so you are part of the team. You are a regular on the show. But no, thanks for being here as always, mate. And it's your episode essentially, which we'll get into very, very soon. And obviously, Sean is not here. He is ranking off screen somewhere. Now you can see me, our final guest of of the show, someone who has been on Talking Kit before, but the episode never aired, and that's due to me, not him. He was fantastic. Nothing to do with him whatsoever. It was my mic issues. I just couldn't put the episode out, and it was a good episode. It is Dan Birdie Shirts, mate. Thanks for joining us. I'm glad you've come back after.
It's all right. I had to give you a second chance, didn't I?
Well, that's it. I'm glad you did, mate. I'm glad you did. Oh yeah, them programs on the way to you, mate. By the way, don't worry about it. But no, mate, I appreciate you coming on. Obviously, how's everything going with you? All good?
Yeah, pretty good to be fair in the Atalanta world, and well, a little bit Chelsea, but more Atalanta now.
Me and Jay really struggled with the name of that stadium. Can you tell us?
It's the Givis.
Givis. Right, okay.
Givis.
G-Wiz.
I prefer
Givis, because because of where Bergamo is situated, they take a lot of German sort of subtleties. So the W is pronounced as a V, so it's the Givis.
Givis. Got it.
Yeah, Givis Stadium.
Now we know. I will pronounce it G-Wiz though. I just have to say
The G-Wiz, yeah.
G-Wiz Stadium. It sounds so good. I don't know.
It's a lovely stadium though. Pharmacy on the side of it.
Mate, I said it on my vlog. Pharmacy on the side. Manchester United need to get one because the amount of migraines that team are giving me, they need a pharmacy next to Old Trafford for sure.
Well, that big door that you recorded, the big that's how you get into the West Stand or East Stand, whatever. That's an entrance.
Yeah, I figured it might be, but no, it's a beautiful stadium. It is really nice. So this week's episode, as you can probably tell, and if you know me at all, I'm not a Chelsea fan. I've got 3 Chelsea shirts behind me. It was odd bringing them hanging up in my house. I have to say, but I thought we were going to start to do some club specific episodes. We had Stan Chow on, who picked his favorite United shirts, which included training shirts, which is absolutely fine. That's allowed. Stan's a legend, so I was not going to say no, was I? And so we're moving around the clubs now. We're going to get some other clubs in. I thought, why not do an episode in-house? One of the regular rankers, obviously myself and Dom are United fans, so it'd be stupid for us to do another episode of United shirts just yet. Sean's not here, so we can't do Stockport. So our sort of fourth ranker, which is Jay from Retro Football Kits, he's a Chelsea fan, unfortunately for him. So we told him to pick his 10 favourite Chelsea shirts, and that is what we have ranked. Obviously, Dan is a Chelsea fan as well, so it's nice to have a couple of Chelsea fans on. And our fifth ranker, I didn't mention, is obviously Jack Henderson, another Chelsea fan. So, they've got some proper Chelsea in there ranking the kits this week.
Good job, you've got a good chant, yeah?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, because that's the only one. That is the only one.
Yeah, it's the best one.
You do it in different speeds, like Chelsea, like a thunderclap. Chelsea.
Yeah, we start off like that at the first minute, and then by the 90th minute, it's crazy.
That would be good. Okay. So, Jay, you picked your 10 shirts. How easy was it to pick your favourite shirts from Chelsea?
It was actually well difficult, mate, because I'd say like there's 4 on there that just go on there instantly. Mm-hmm. For me, maybe even 5, but then the others were like, I probably had another 10 behind that like you have to figure out why do you like it, what little individual detail makes it better than the other one, is there a memory that's attached to it? So genuinely it was quite difficult, and like even now, the list could have changed because of just personal, like the way things change, but I actually found it quite difficult to narrow it down to just 10.
No, I can imagine when you got so many shirts, especially, I guess if we did this show in the 90s, which would be impossible, but if we did, the list is less, isn't it? Because shirts 2 years, but now there's so much choice, so many shirts getting banged out. Obviously, you're a big Nike advocate as well. Oh no, you're Adidas advocate. You don't like Nike. It's Adidas. Although you said some of the Nike shirts have started to win you over the last couple of years. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
So, it's diluted. The choice is very much, diluted for you. So, I'm glad you managed to pick 10. Dan, we'll come to you on the. How hard would you find it to pick your 10? Would you know your 10 pretty much off the bat? Or?
Easily, yeah, straight away.
Yeah. Oh.
no stress.
Basically saying, Jay, stop being a pussy. Like, what's wrong with you? That's what I'm getting from that. I don't know. I don't want to start any Chelsea fights or anything.
Chelsea fights. I'll take that. I'll take it.
How did you find ranking them as well, Dan?
I'll just start with the top line of the email I sent you with easiest top 10 I think I'll ever do.
Okay, well, when we bring you back for Atalanta, we'll find out how easy that is, mate. All right. All that. And Dom, as a non-Chelsea fan, for you, was it sort of kind of thing, or was you like you find it?
No, there was loads of obviously memories that I'd had from some of the older shirts as well, and always, as a kid growing up, obviously you've got your team, but not knowing that in later life I'd be such a geek with football kits, I had like favourites of Chelsea shirts and other teams as well. So I always had a bit of an eye out for what everyone else was wearing. So I was just surprised on the mix as well. So it'd be interesting to discuss those, because there's some for which were omitted from the list that I'd have thought just objectively that a Chelsea fan might have looked to include. So it'd be interesting to see why some of them are in Jay's top 10.
Yeah, absolutely. So if you haven't seen full kit rankers before we do that as well, by the way, smash like on the video, subscribe to the channel and share it with your kit loving friends. So if you haven't seen full kit rankers before, basically Jay sent me 10 shirts and I've then sent them out to Dom, Dan, and obviously Hendo, and they've all ranked them from 1 to 10 as Jay has. So we've got and Sean as well. So we've got the 5 rankers. Each score or each place has a number behind it. So if you score shirt number 1, it's got 10 points, down to obviously shirt number 10, which has 1 point. I then top up everyone's scores, and it gives us our final definitive list that we run through on the show. It's very simple. Otherwise, if it wasn't, I wouldn't be bothered to do it. Let's get into the list then for this week. And shirt number 10, do you know what? I will say this, quite evenly spread, like respectable scores, I think, throughout. From 10 to number 1. So yeah, 10th shirt this week with 15 points. So it's got double figures. It's not a straggler, although it is dead last. It's the 99 away shirt from Chelsea, obviously. Sean had this one in 8th place, and Hendo had this in 5th place. We'll go through the rankers, but we might as well start with Jay on this one. For you, this was your 10th place shirt as well, mate.
Mm-hmm.
So the reason why you picked it, and then obviously why for you it was the least favorite of the 10 that you picked.
Yeah, well, I think it actually can be quite an underrated shirt amongst Chelsea fans, because you don't see that much hype around it. Obviously a few people like myself love it, but I just don't see enough love for it. I think it is just simplistic but beautiful. Everything I love in kits, as many people will know, it's polo collars, it's 90s Umbro, the centralized badges. You don't see that often in Chelsea in like our history as well. So it stands out for that reason. And also I do quite like a white away shirt for Chelsea. So that's another reason as well. So yeah, I think it's quite an underrated shout that I wanted to just show a little bit of love to.
Yeah, fantastic. First player you think of when you see it?
You don't think of many games us wearing this, actually. I don't think, but you probably in that era, you're probably thinking like a Zola or a Vialli, aren't you?
Well, no, because I don't think a Chelsea. You would, yeah, you would. Dom, come to you next on it, mate. And it was 7th place for you. Jay, we're old enough to remember these 90s Umbro and stuff, and the collars were always fantastic, and even the feel of what did he call it? Was it Vapor Tech? This lot, I'm sure this Umbro was Vapor Tech, wasn't it? Yeah. You know, when you look at that, I think obviously the 98, 99 United shirts are the same period. Do you agree with Jay and what he's saying? It's a little bit underrated for a Chelsea shirt.
Yeah, I'd say so, because just a classic example with enough kind of elements that kind of elevate it a little bit, like the centralized badge and logo and sponsor as well. I think it's one of the. I think obviously Chelsea have had loads of great sponsors. I think this is one of the better ones that probably gets overlooked. And obviously we're looking at 10 shirts, which obviously Jay's given us that he doesn't think there's a bad one in there. Obviously, I don't mind about pissing him off at all, but I do genuinely. I like this, and I don't know why it is last. To be perfectly honest, there's good, colours within the collar as well, and then just the little pinstripes matching with the cuffs. It looks good on Leboeuf. So yeah, I've not got a problem with it, and I think if I was a Chelsea fan, this would be worn down the pub. Obviously, it'd have a kebab on it later on in the evening, but that's what white shirts are for.
Yeah, chili sauce and mayo, of course. Dan, let's finish off with you. Similar to Jay, 10th place for you on this one. Again, is it overlooked for you, or is it kind of like just a period of Umbro shirts that Chelsea had?
It's a difficult one. If you showed me it without the Chelsea badge and the sponsor and said, which team is it? I would be tempted to say Leeds because of that little coloration on the collar.
Yeah.
And it just looks like it, for me, it just looks like a Leeds shirt. But I also don't like the Umbro. Obviously, we knew right 90s Umbro, it was either your logo or the name, but they're given the logo and the name. And it just, for me, it just looks a bit mixed matched. Why it just I think it would look better if it just had Umbro, a bit like back England 96. I don't know. I don't see the reason for the logo as well, because you know what Umbro is. Sponsor's iconic, badge is iconic, but yeah, it's just a bit plain. Yeah,
no, fair. Chelsea fans, would you like to go back to that badge? Is that the best badge you've had, or are you a fan of the new one?
I like the badge we have at the minute, to be honest.
Do you?
The thing with that badge is it's very difficult to put it on a shirt. Like, for example, case in point here, they've had to encase it in another badge in order to make it look right.
Fair. All right, I'm just interested to know about badges and what. I was a big scout, you see, so I love badges. I was not a scout. Anyway, there we go. Shirt number 10 this week is the 98-99 away shirt from Chelsea. Moving on to shirt number 9 then. 18 points overall, and it is this one. It is the 2021 home shirt from Chelsea. Sean had this one dead last, and Hendo had this one in 8th place. We'll go through the rankings out here. Starting with Dom on this one, and this was your 8th place shirt. Yeah, what do you think of this, mate?
Mate, well, I can think of 3 reasons not to like it. Obviously, one is that ridiculous sponsor.
Yeah.
One of the Premier League's worst sponsors ever, I think.
It's not great.
I've never been able to get on board with it.
False.
No, well, obviously,
betting this season is probably worse.
Betting companies aside, it's so massive, and honestly, I can't get behind it. And I think the phone provider's shit as well. But that like corrugated iron or whatever it is, like that kind of print within it, looks like it. I don't know, it's workman boots to shave like bits of rubber off the feet on the top of it. I don't like that. The template itself is decent. It's a decent neck, but yeah, deep blue color is kind of nice. But yeah, that sponsor's awful.
Is this the one where? Was this the first season you had it and you got beat 3-0 in the first game and everyone was it was just a meme from there?
I believe so, yeah.
I tend to remember. Yeah. I'm not trying to rub it in, boys. I'm just saying. Dan, let's come to you on it next. And this might cause a bit of contention. This was 2nd place for you.
Yeah, but I suppose it's down to it means more to me. Yeah. 2nd place, 2nd Champions League title. It just feels right.
Yeah.
He knows.
Should have put it in 3rd.
No, because it's not our 3rd Champions League title.
Yeah, to have one of them. But in the shirt in general, other than just the memories behind it, are you a fan of the shirt?
I like cuffs and collars that match, and I like that the way it splits it up. In the stadium version, that pattern within looks a lot better. In the Vapor version compared to the stadium, because they have to replicate it. Yeah. Whereas in the Vapor, it's in the material, those lines, so it doesn't actually look that bad. It's just when you get a stadium version, and they've got to compensate for the fact that it's so very different. But no, I just think I suppose I look at it and it just reminds me of Porto beating Man City in the Champions League final.
Yeah, imagine what
so you boys should like this shirt.
Well, yeah. No, I don't. Jay, we'll finish off with you then, mate. It was 9th place for you out of your 10. Again, obviously, I imagine, as Dan's saying, it's got their memories of Porto and everything like that. What was it for you then that made it stand out as one you had to have in your 10?
So, yeah, the memory, of course, massive, just a special night. And I think when we're talking modern era of Chelsea shirts, they've not been great. They just haven't been great. The Nike has been massively disappointing, in my opinion. And this is one that stands out in that batch. It's very simple, but it's so clean. I think it's quite classy. Like the material looks like a bit shiny, which I always like. Like Dan said about the cuffs, like the darker blue cuffs, and then on the sleeve as well, there's a nice, lovely CFC there as well. And I actually don't hate the free sponsor. I know it's like everyone hates it, but it's just an okay logo on the front. Like I'd rather that than Infinite Athlete that we have right now. Yeah. And I'd rather that than Yokohama tires. So I guess maybe we've just had some terrible ones recently and that's scarring me. But yeah, no, it's a classy kit, especially for when you compare it to the ones around it in this era.
Yeah. Well, there we go then. 9th place on our list this week is the 2021 home shirt. 18 points from our rankers. No delay. Let's move on to shirt number 8. Jumping up a little bit with 23 points is this, the 1920 away. Another Nike effort with the Yokohama tires sponsor on there. So it'll be interesting to know what Jay thinks about that one. Dan, we will start with you on this one, mate. And it was 9th place for you on your list. How come, mate?
It's just a white polo shirt with a bit of colour. That's literally. I look at it and I'm like, school shirt. With
a little bit. I'd be honoured to wear this to school.
Stanford Bridge Academy. Is that what it is?
It's just boring. I do like the way it's set out with the obviously cuffs and collars matching. Fair enough, but yeah, it's just a bit boring.
Okay.
There's so many better kits than it, I suppose. There's so many worse kits than it. So I had to rank it 9, but if I had to rank out of our all-time worst away kits, it wouldn't be very high up on that list.
Okay.
But yeah, it's just in this list. It's just compared to all the other options, it was just the best of a bad bunch, or the worst of a best bunch, rather.
Fair enough, mate. Jay, coming to you next on it, mate. And it was, where did you put this one? You put this one in 4th place. I know I spoke to you about this one before. It's one you are a big fan of. Why is it then you think it was worthy of being so high up on your list?
Oh, I just love it, man. I've already mentioned, the white away shirts. I'm a big fan of the white, Chelsea in the white, but then added the blue and the red dash, the polo collar. It's very Chelsea, I think. This is a very Chelsea shirt, like, kind of fashiony a little bit. The way they kind of branded it as well about the King's Road and that. I really liked that kind of whole vibe. I've got it behind me.
I was going to say, is that the Vapor version or the Stadium version?
That would be the Stadium one. I'm too cheap, pal.
I'll grab my Vapor version. I hate it that much. I've actually got it.
But no, it was actually one of the ones that the second we brought it out, I had to buy, and it might be the last Chelsea shirt. I felt that way. Like I've gone, I need to get it right away. I do just love it that much. And also, again, you talk about memories. It was a time under Lampard that I really did love. We wore this against Wolves where we beat him like 5-0. Tammy Abraham scored a hat trick. Tamori scored
an absolute weldy.
It was just, and I was actually there. That's the gate. No, that's Norwich, isn't it? But
yeah,
it was Norwich, it was just a beautiful time. I loved that era, and this kind of kit represents it. You know, the two academy boys there as well. So yeah, I love it so much. It's good memories and just a classy design.
Yeah, sweet. I speak on behalf of all United fans when I say, do you want him back? By any chance?
Do you know what? I speak on behalf of all Chelsea fans with no. Do you know what? I would take Mason. I would take 2019-20 Mason Mount back.
I would have took him back if his dad wasn't such a prick. Because I don't think it's on Mason as much. Like the club messed him around, he had to leave. Like fair enough, but then his dad doing all that shit in the changing room, just piss off.
I think the fan base didn't help either. The trouble with any fan base is they just jump on players, and Mason Mount was one of our scapegoats.
Yeah, man, for sure.
Because Lampard loved him so much, and it was just an easy target. And I suppose if you think about if you went to work every day and someone's just constantly at you, it's not going to be a nice environment to be in. And it was just anytime anything went wrong, it was always Mason Mount.
Yeah, it felt that way. It was such a shame.
Yeah. We don't talk about football in here, boys. Just so you know. No, I'm joking. It's interesting to hear Chelsea's opinions on Mason Mount now, and obviously because he was your star boy, everyone used to call him. Money Mace. You can have that.
Got some money for him.
Yeah, no, far too much. But again, we're not getting into it. Okay, fair enough, mate. Dom, let's finish off with you on this one. 9th place for you as well on this one. What was it about this then you wasn't really feeling?
Just the top button always being done up. I think I went out once when I was younger and I did the top button up on a top not too dissimilar to this. And my mates went, "You from fucking London? Get that undone now." I was like, it's just stuck in my head ever since. And I was like, "Oh, is that what happens down there?"
Exactly.
Yeah, from London, I suppose.
Yeah. So I think it just reminds me of that all the time.
Fair enough.
Bizarrely, I was never going to score it high. I do like the fact that obviously having a sponsor that is, similar colours to the colourway or the accents on the shirt is a nice touch.
Yeah, well, there we go. Shirt number 8, the 1920 away shirt for Chelsea. From our
wore that in 1920. Kit design back then was incredible.
Well, it looks like it could be from 1920, mate.
That's true. It does. It does. It looks timeless.
That's a stretch, I think. Moving on. 23 points this one got. Moving on to shirt number 7 with 25 points all the way to 1993, 1994. And it's this, I don't even know what to call this. It's the 3rd shirt. That's what it is. From Chelsea. 7th place from Sean and 9th place from Hendo. Jay, let's start it with you on this one, my good friend. And it was 5th place, the middle of the road for you. I mean, obviously I've got a shirt behind me there that's, very similar. Obviously different kind of stripes. Horizontal rather than vertical. For you, is it a colourway you like on Chelsea, the yellow?
Yeah, I do. I think it's quite a sexy colour that comes through every now and then. I think, I think you mentioned Leeds earlier, didn't you, Dan? I think we got the yellow from Leeds. I think we actually robbed it from them in the 70s, maybe, or we adopted it. I'm pretty sure that's the story. I could be blagging that, but anyway, I think I do like the yellow colour in here. They're such a bright yellow, and Umbro in the 90s again. A few of them are on this list, spoilers. But yeah, and then the pinstriped inside of the stripes, it's just classy, isn't it? Polo collar as well. I think a lot of the kits on this list will have a polo collar because of me. And then the old school badge coming through, but with the red lion instead of just the all black. That's pretty cool as well.
Dom, for you, it was 4th place. Why did you like this one so much to have it so high?
I think just because it's bold as fuck, and for a 3rd shirt, obviously to stand out in the 90s was a tough ask, and I think this definitely does that. I think the framing of the badge itself, like as Dan alluded to earlier, it's not an easy badge to kind of make stand out. But I think anything, mid-90s Umbro, where it had this massive shield, has always held like a special place in my heart. And you'll see as a common theme, I'll put these ones a bit higher because it does make it a bit more prominent as well. And I think that's the best feature on a shirt. But other than that, the mental pajama look, I'm all down for it.
Yeah, no, I agree, mate. Dan, let's finish off with you. One bugbear I've got about this shirt. It's 5th place for you as well. The fact where the buttons are for the collar, why have they not carried on with that stripe? Why does that stripe disappear? That's annoying. No need.
It's like anything the PSG's shirt from last season, where they just not continue to stripe all the way down.
No, you don't have to blame someone. Listen, it's not. Oh, they did it worse than us. They have a go at them. No, we're talking about you. We're talking about Chelsea.
I like that.
I didn't design the kit. I wasn't even alive.
This is really common on this template as well.
Yeah, it's so annoying.
Fabric goes down.
So annoying. But other than that, yeah, 5th place, mate. For you, is it sort of? I know you put it 5th in this list, but is it a classic shirt for you? Is it a nice shirt? Do you like it?
Do you know what? If you'd have showed me it at first, before I owned it, I'd have probably put it like lower down. But it's having owned it and obviously moved it on because I just couldn't pull it off because it was just so tight. It is so nice. There's jacquard as well within the actual stripes that you can't see from this picture. The Umbro logo within the stripes. It's lovely. I think one of the reasons I sold it is because Sheffield Wednesday had a shirt. It's very similar, almost pretty much the exact same template. And I look at it and I'm like, it just reminds me of Sheffield Wednesday more than it does Chelsea.
Oh, yeah. So, So any shirt of Chelsea's that reminds you of another team, you have to get rid of.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. Yeah, like I should only be able to look at a shirt and think Chelsea. I shouldn't have to look at a shirt and go, or maybe it looks like it looks a bit more like them. But it's a difficult. It's a lovely shirt, and the Commodore sponsor from the 90s is just so. Commodore and Chelsea just go hand in hand. I think it's even on that picture there, you can read the Amiga, and it doesn't just sort of take away from the actual shirt itself. It's clear, but it's not too bad.
Yeah, no, I hear you. One thing I've just noticed as well: the stripe on that shirt is different to the one on here, right? Like on the picture of, is that Mark Steen? Is it? It's down the center, and you can see it, and then
it'll be just cut from it'll just be cut from a different cloth, won't it? There's just like any shirts with patterns.
Yeah. Unlike Chelsea, eh?
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying?
You know what is a class feature, particularly as it's shown a bit better on this picture here? The stripe on the collar being like a continuation. That is mustard.
Yeah, massive.
And then I say, if you can do it on the fucking collar, do it on that little bit.
It's too late. It's too late now. 30 years too late.
I can still be pissed off about it. I can still be annoyed.
The long sleeve there looks wicked as well, doesn't it?
Yeah. Shirt number 7 on our list, the 93-94 third shirt. I think it got a lot more love than I was expecting, but I think it is a great 90s shirt. Absolutely. I'd be interested to know Sean's take on this one. Having it in 7th place. I reckon he's got some wild takes on this shirt being in 7th place. But anyway, he's not here, so it doesn't matter. Shirt number 6, 26 points, beating this one by 1 singular point, is... I'm surprised this comes so low. The 11-12 home shirt. Dan is raging right now.
I'm shocked and stunned
at what is going on. Sean, I tell you why. Sean had this in 9th place, so obviously that's not helped it. This is shocking. And you two feel free to DM him or tweet him or whatever you feel you need to do. Hendo had this in last place.
Hendo.
Is he a Bayern Munich fan?
Hendo had this in 10th place. Yeah, genuinely.
Chelsea,
what the heck? I was as shocked as you boys, honestly. Dom, let's start with you then. We'll leave the Chelsea fans to rage a little bit and see if it settles or it bubbles up a little bit more and they go mad. obviously for you, it was in 6th place. You know, the shirt Chelsea won when for sure. Straight away, first thing player think of Juan Mata. Beautiful, beautiful Juan Mata. What a beautiful man he
Not
is.
Ryan Bertrand, no.
No. He nearly come to United. He nearly come to United in the summer. No, Basinga with one eyebrow. Don't think of him. I have to forget him. In Slugface. No, you're all right. That a good player though. Don't get me wrong, Jose. If you ever want to come on the show, mate, you're welcome. And Dan, let's come to you because I assume there's going to be some fireworks because it was your number one shirt. I know why. Number one for your first Champions League. I can read the room. Tell us. Do you know what I'm going to say? I'm going to ask this question. Tell us why Hendo is totally wrong.
I don't know. Sometimes you just can't argue with stupid people. And, I just everything about the shirt just works.
Mm-hmm.
I just there's nothing where I would be like, I would change that. Everything is in perfect proportion and it looks incredible. And obviously it's synonymous with an 88th minute header from Didier Drogba and a winning penalty in front of the Allianz Bayern Munich Stadium. Fans, it just takes me back. But yeah, I don't know why you would even put that so far down when it's Chelsea European history.
I think we'll have to speak to him and find out, get his reasons. He didn't give me any reasons.
Just make sure he's all right. Is that why he's not here?
We need to check on him.
Yeah,
I reckon somebody else has submitted his picks for him.
Maybe he's had his account hacked.
Trying to send us a message that he's in danger.
Arsenal fan sending the list in. That's funny. Yeah, actually, I just looked at his list. He's got an Arsenal shirt number one. He hasn't. That is, yeah, it's quite. I was surprised that he was solo. Honestly, I really was surprised. Speaking of things that are in proportion, Jay, you had this in 3rd place.
How was that little weekend away?
What are you referencing to?
Strange.
I don't know. Because Dan said everything's in proportion, so straight away I thought that's going to be my lead-in to Jay.
Yeah.
Because
don't forget you've shared a room with Jay. In your video, you said he was naked right now.
Some things are really out of proportion in a good way. Massive toes. No, Jay, you had it in 3rd place, mate. Again, obviously, Dan saying Chelsea history. It's the shirt that really did make you a European giant. Everything he said's right about this shirt.
There's none of that. Come on. This is one of the
biggest team in London.
This is one of the best Champions League wins ever. One of the best. We in almost every knockout game we shouldn't have won, and we were the underdog, yet we still won. And it was always dramatic. It felt like it was always late. It was this team's last hurrah as well. Didier's last kick before he came back, and a lot of players like Lampard, like Terry, on their way out. This was one of the best European nights of football. And the kit itself, the kit matches.
You get emotional. What?
It's enough to make you emotional,
mate. It's every now and then on my TikTok or on Twitter or whatever. Like I'll see an emotional 2012 video and I'll watch the whole thing and I'll sit there and I'll just enjoy it. And to have such a momentous moment in Chelsea's history to be coupled with a very beautiful shirt. Like the lads have already said, they've picked up on all the features, the Adidas, the big stripes, the big white panel, the tonal stripes down the front. It just couldn't have gone any better for us in that moment. And yeah, I absolutely adore this kit and that man on screen right now.
Yeah, one player I can't deny that was fantastic, Didier Drogba. Although them short
as a United fan.
Do you know what I don't hate him, I hate officials because was it 9-10 when he scored that offside goal and stopped us winning the league at Old Trafford?
I just remember a final. Was it the League Cup or the FA Cup?
The first FA Cup at New Wembley. Yeah, the first FA Cup at New Wembley. Yeah, I don't forget stuff like that, Dan. No. But no, he was a great player. But I have to say, them shorts always remind me of those. Don't remember this. Them 90s Adidas popper pants.
Yeah. They brought them back recently. Like they came back in fashion, didn't they?
He's frozen mid dance,
mid pop.
He's popped off screen.
Jay, was this with the like tech fit?
Sorry,
yeah,
mate.
Tech Fit. Yeah, so
I think that
Tech Fit.
That was obviously we've seen it come into the game. Well, come into like manufacturers. This was like one of the like earlier iterations where you could see the physical difference between the shirts that the players were wearing and the shirts that were available for retail.
Yeah, because around that time there was still like Formotion was a thing, but even on like Chelsea Formotion shirts, the badges were still stitched; they weren't heat pressed.
Yeah,
which I always found quite weird because the Adidas is pressed, but the badge isn't.
There we go then. Shirt number 6 on our list, 26 points overall. The Chelsea 11-12 Champions League winning home shirt. Moving on, we got 2 shirts joint 4th now, 29 points for both shirts. So I've gone in the earliest first. So the first one with 29 points is this. It's the 04-05 home shirt. Obviously, the start of when they were good, I guess, or good in the Premier League at least. Really good in the Premier League.
3-4 as well. It was used for both seasons.
Start of the cash.
Well, yeah.
It was used before the cash, and then the cash came in the season after. Yeah, 3-4.
Well, this didn't bring the cash
when
was Ranieri, wasn't it?
Jose came in. Yeah, Mario Melchior right back. Fabiara.
What legend? Yeah, I knew it was 2 seasons. I don't know. I just put 04-05. My bad. But I mean, I probably put 04-05. No, I'm not. You're right. But I probably put 04-05 because that's when you won the league, wasn't it? So there we go. Shirt number 6 is the 2011-12 Champions League winning home shirt from Chelsea with 26 points. Right, moving on. We got 2 shirts that are joint 4th, both with 29 points. So the first one I'm going to show, I've gone in sort of the earliest first. So the first one we're going to show you is this. It's the 03-05 Chelsea home shirt. Obviously, 04-05 is when they won the Premier League for the first time. Sean had this one in 4th place. And Hendo had this one in number 1. This is his number 1 shirt on his list. Let's go through the rankers that are here. Dan, let's kick it off with you on this one. And you had this one in 4th place for you. So, you know, as you said before, obviously people won't see because I've edited out the shirt before the money and after the money. So it's kind of like the 2 coins, the 2 sides of Chelsea. 4th place for you. So is it just one of them shirts kind of iconic in your history?
It's reversible as well. Let's not forget that. It's a reversible shirt. You turn it inside out and it's darker. It's peak noughties shirts when they started to do reversible. Obviously, I know United probably did it first, but Chelsea had a go at it as well. Nobody ever wore the inside out version, but it was there in case they ever needed it. But it's just simple, and I love the fact it's simple. My only little gripe with it is, again, it's the CFC. You can't do anything with it on there. It looks a bit odd if you take it out of the circle. But, I mean, look at it. Like, to be fair, there's only one player that I'm synonymous with 03-04.
Jimmy Floyd. Yeah.
Big Jimmy Floyd. And then, if you wanted to do 04-05, it's Drogba. It can only be Drogba, yeah. I also have a Mateo Kesman one. For my sins. But yeah, I just look at it and it's what you see is what you get. It's just iconic. Everything is fine. I wouldn't change anything about it. And it's literally it's Chelsea as you can possibly be.
Yeah,
blue and white.
That's true. I know one thing you might change, that Kesman name set, mate. That's probably one thing you might want to
change. No. I actually didn't mind Kesman for a bit because when he sold him to Atletico Madrid, he got a move to Atletico Madrid after the season he had at Chelsea.
That is quite mental. Okay, fair. Jay, we'll come to you on it next. 7th place overall for you. Tell us why.
Yeah, this amongst Chelsea fans, this is one of those that's quite up there. And I'll be honest, a little bit of guilt came in if I didn't put this on the list because of that reason. Don't get me wrong, I love it. I've even got it behind me. It's beautiful and everything Dan just said. It's simplicity. Yeah, it's simple, but it's beautiful. It's Chelsea like at its core. But yeah, I do love like the kind of the lovely little white stripe in the sleeve, the CFC logo again. I do really love that logo. I'd happily see it come back. Fly Emirates as well. Talking about sponsors, that was always a good sponsor to have back then. But yeah, I do feel a little bit of guilt pushed me to put this on the list. I will be very honest.
Yeah, no, I can imagine. You speak about the Fly Emirates. I can't say my favourite Chelsea shirt, but I think the Chelsea shirt I like the most of yours is the home shirt before this with a little collar. Had the Fly Emirates. Is it like a darker blue as well, like a darker shade of blue?
Yeah. I know which one you mean.
I think that was a really nice shirt that you had back then. Anyway, okay, fair enough, Jay. Dom, let's finish off with you. I can see you looking at your phone doing some research on how much you love this shirt. So let's tell everyone why you do love it, because you had it 10th place, mate.
He's faced all the time.
You had it 10th place.
I was looking to see if the inside of it was any better because this is fucking boring.
Do you want to see the inside of it?
Oh, yes, please.
I generally didn't know there was an inside to this. Well, obviously.
Yeah. I didn't know I'll give an unveiling live on camera. Honestly, I know you sit down because you're gonna need to.
It's
This is it.
Wow.
This is the Chelsea. This is the inside out of it.
I might have said it.
Reversible badge, though. Like,
yeah,
that's gonna rub one of your nipples clean off.
You would think that, but it's a little bit higher up, as you can see on Frank Lampard.
I've got unreasonably high nipple.
Unreasonable.
Like it could rub one of mine off. I've got 3. It's all good. I'm not really bothered. Got 1 spare. No, you just think it's boring.
Mate, V-neck, no, not a fan. Pinstripe, not matching the collar itself. The worst Umbro logo. Fly Emirates, I couldn't give 2 hoots about, and the badge is too small. But yeah, it's reversible, and you can look like you're wearing a fake shirt.
Fair enough. We probably should have started with you and then gone down to something a bit more.
Ida Good Johnson, is that one of them like phantom memory things?
No, he wore
that. It only reminds me of him.
Yeah, he definitely wore this. Right, there we go. That is the 03-05 Chelsea home shirt. Coming joint 4th on our list this week with 29 points. The second shirt, which has also come joint 4th on 29 points. It's a 94-95 home shirt with Chelsea. From the rankers that aren't here, Sean had this one in 5th and Hendo in 6th place. Let's go through the rankers that are here. Jay, start with you on this one. I mean, so the season before this was the one where it had Amiga on, didn't it? I remember that one because that's when you got spanked in the FA Cup final 4-0 by Manchester United. But saying that, why do you like this shirt and why did you put this one in 6th place?
This was one of those that I didn't have. I always thought it was good looking, but it was one that when it came into the office and I got to see it up close and personal, I was like, wow, this is actually pretty stunning. I think, you can put it down to the Umbro-ness of it, the taping there on the sleeve, the big collar. That collar is huge and obnoxious, but I love that. And just the dash of red. You don't see it a lot in Chelsea. The red, I think, like this early 90s period, they had it like a little bit, and obviously it has popped up. But this amount of red on a Chelsea kit is quite unusual. But it stands out for that reason. And yeah, I do love an Umbro 90s kit as well, so that's why.
Was it the 09-10 shirt with a little dash of red on the collar, and all your fans were kicking up a fuss about it? And it's like,
just look back.
16 years earlier, you had fucking red all over the place.
But don't forget, these are new fans.
Since the money. Yeah. I get it. I have it red in next season as well, apparently.
Potentially, it's to do with the Chelsea pensioners, so I don't mind it too much, to be honest.
Well, fair. No, it's all good then. Thanks, Jay, for your thoughts on this shirt. Dom, we'll come to you. You had it in second place. Is that 2 for the 2 penalties that Cantona scored against Chelsea in the FA Cup final when they had this shirt, but with a different sponsor?
Of course it is, yeah.
I don't remember this FA Cup final because I wasn't alive. So
yes, I don't remember either. To be honest, I wasn't alive.
You say that like it's a diss, but you missed out, boys. That's all I'm going to say. So
you missed out on United beating us. Yeah, cool.
Yeah, it was a good game. Let me tell you.
I suppose you would actually go back to United actually winning for once, wouldn't you? Like in the FA Cup final.
Did you win anything? Did you win anything last season, boys? No, well, we did. Shut it.
That's how they've won a League Cup.
You got us. You beat Newcastle United in the Carabao Cup final.
Oh, wow. I'm sorry. Where did you finish? About 10th, was it? Oh, I apologise, boys.
Yeah.
Apologies.
What did you do the season before again? Everything.
Oh, now you're going to ancient history. Oh, I see how it is. We're digging up the ancient past, are we? Okay.
Are we talking about the 94 FA Cup?
The shirt's on the screen. That's fine. There we go. Dom, what do you think about this shirt, mate?
Yeah, I'm putting these stones down in this glass house because we've not got a leg to stand on.
You got to fight your corner, mate. You got to fight your corner.
But yeah, typical 90s Umbro. Everything good about it. The jacquard, so much bang for your buck with this, with a little tag on the side. That kind of Umbro. Like jot tag at the bottom is my favourite of all the Umbro kind of embellishments. The taping's class, the obnoxious collar, as Jay said, and the massive shield around the badge is class. So yeah, really like this one.
Yeah, for sure. Dan, finish off with you on this one, my good friend. 7th place for you. Why?
Just I've had it again. It's one of those shirts I've owned in person.
Yeah,
and it was, for me, it's that collar. I just couldn't get along with it. It's just because it doesn't, when you put it on, it doesn't stay in the right place. Like some of it comes up and it comes down. There's nothing to keep it down in one place.
Yeah.
It's lovely, well put together. That's really my only gripe is I've seen it in person. It was nice, but I think there's other shirts on the list that are nicer.
Yeah, well,
so I don't hate it. I like it, but I don't like it as much as I like the others.
No, that's fair. That's absolutely fair, mate. There we go then. Second shirt, joint 4th this week, 29 points, is the Chelsea 94-95 home shirt. Moving on then to shirt number 3, 34 points from our rankers this week. And it is this, the 83-84 home shirt. Sean had this one. This was Sean's favourite shirt. And I'll tell you now, when I sent this list out, I knew for a fact this was going to be his favourite shirt. I just knew it would be, knowing Sean. Hendo had this one in 3rd place, got it spot on this week. Obviously, I don't give my opinion, but I think, for me, this shirt has been ruined by score draw. Like, it's beautiful. I think it's a great shirt. Score draw have ruined it because obviously them classics from the 80s all get done up with missing the cock on it, and yeah. Dom will testify, and we're going to come to him first on it. It was your number 1 shirt as well, mate. You are on mute before you talk. But yeah, I know you hate score draw. Do you agree with what I'm saying on that?
Mate, absolutely. And kind of just judging this for what it is and being, a properly vintage shirt, as vintage as I am as well, from 83. So yeah, it's got a lot of history, more than it wants, I'd imagine. But yeah, has been ruined by these modern reinterpretations of it. But this alone is absolutely brilliant. Obviously, we've looked at Sportif doing, I think was it Everton as well, with that kind of deep V within the collar, the kind of pinstripes across the collar and cuffs, and the body of the shirt just works so well. I'd imagine, as a Chelsea fan in the 80s, wearing this with a little skinny pair of jeans, you'd have looked the business.
Yeah, I think you would, mate. Yeah, absolutely. Dan, coming to you next on it, mate. 8th place for you. So I'm going to say for you, you don't like the collar on it. Is that true?
Personally, there's a little bit too much going on. Collar and cuffs match perfectly. It's the V. I either commit to a round neck or commit to a V neck. Don't commit to both. And then I don't know why you need the matching accents to go with the different shaded stripes as well. Badge is perfect. Again, that's if they were going to go to a retro Chelsea badge, that's the Chelsea badge I'd probably choose, because it's just nice. It just completes the look. We've got 2 stars because we can use it for our Champions Leagues. Yeah, it's just it is a nice put together kit, but I don't know, it's just a bit for me. It's a bit boring.
Yeah, I thought the 2 stars would represent the 2 penalties that Cantona scored against you in the '94 FA Cup final.
Well, no, this is from '83, so
right,
long before that.
They were preempting. They were preempting them 2 penalties.
They knew we'd win 2 Champions Leagues eventually.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Same side against Kyrene as well. Just put it the same side both times. No fear whatsoever. Yeah. Absolute fantastic player. But no, about the shirt, no, I agree with saying. For me, looking at this picture from far away, the sort of red and white sort of almost looks gold in some instances. I look at it, I think it doesn't look red and white, the little stripes. Not on the collar and cuffs, on the actual body of the shirt, obviously. Jay, let's finish off with you. I'll shut up for a minute. 8th place for you as well. You and Dan have kind of nailed on a lot of shirts this week, similar. So for you,
it's almost like we're Chelsea fans.
It is almost like Chelsea fans. You're absolutely right. What am I thinking? One thing about the reason why I mentioned the collar to Dan, mate, and I don't know if you agree with it, because it looks okay there. On a player, that is far too high. I mean,
at least you
turtleneck.
At least you're protecting your Adam's apple if you've got one, obviously.
Well, I think they wore it when they went out on a night out and had their skinny jeans on, as Dom said. It was basically just get changed, stick some skinny jeans on, and off they go.
Yeah.
And the Chelsea boots, obviously.
Have a bit of a scrap.
It does remind me of like Firms, this shirt. Like meeting round. It's Evan, boys. It's fucking Evan, son. But what do you think about the shirt, Jay? Tell us.
I love it, mate. Yeah, I do. It's really, really, really classic, and it's classy. It's proper vintage, as Dom said. Yeah. As much as the score draw stuff is really annoying, there is a reason why they remake some of the best shirts, and this is because this is one of the best shirts. You know what I mean? Yeah. Everything the lads said, the stripes, the little accents, the badge as well. Like you say, it's class, 2 stars, just the lion. I love the fact that the staff is red as well. Just to give it that extra bit of definition. Also, just CFC below, I like that. I do agree, it is a little bit high for my liking, a little bit too high. I'd feel a little bit suffocated, but listen, this guy pulling it off, he looks sharp.
Well done. Yeah, no, you're right. Great kit. Would you say that is the 11-12 home shirt kind of imitating this a little bit with those stripes, the 2 different tones of blue?
Yeah, I can see where the inspiration's probably come from. I reckon they've probably drawn it from that.
Yeah, I was thinking there. Brilliant. Okay. Shirt number 3 on our list, 83-84 home shirt, 34 points from the rankers. Moving on, we're down to the final 2 now. 2 shirts separated by 6 points overall. The first shirt with 35 points is, sorry, Jay, it's this one. It's the 97-99 home shirt. I say sorry, Jay, because this is Jay's favourite shirt of all time. Which probably tells you where he ranked it in 4th place. No, he put it in 1st place, obviously. We'll come to it in a minute. Sean had this one in 3rd. Hendo had this one in 7th. Dan, you had this one in 6th place. So let's start with you on this one, mate. What was it then for you that kind of didn't have this higher up for a Chelsea shirt?
Simply just the shirts above it were nice. In my a lovely shirt. I can see why they've got the inspiration for this year's shirt from this one. Obviously, that's definitely where it's come from. Those tiny little cuffs from this season's shirt, no collar.
Yeah,
the tiniest drip of inspiration.
Yeah, it's a 90s thing. Is it though? It's just a little bit of yellow.
Is it? Yeah. It's a 90% missed off from the inspiration thing.
Yeah.
Let's put. Okay, fair. Jay, obviously your favourite shirt, Chelsea shirt. You've got it tattooed on your arm and everything. You got it behind you there. Yeah, tell us why this is the one then for you that is sort of the pinnacle of Chelsea shirts.
I think everything we've said on this list so far is in this shirt. We love Umbro from the 90s. That's probably my favorite Chelsea badge. The yellow that has come in, the influence of the yellow, the polo collar, there's tonal stripes on the base, the panels underneath. It just literally has everything I love in a football shirt is in this shirt, and it's just absolutely wonderful. The little tag at the bottom as well says Stamford Bridge, little details like that. And there's on the back of the collar, there's a Chelsea FC. Just everything I love in a football shirt is in this Chelsea shirt, and it is the best kit of all time.
Best kit. Was this the first one you ever owned? Was it as well?
No, it isn't, unfortunately. But I have.
There's another one. I just forget. You talk so much shit to me about shit.
Yeah, fair. That's fair.
I'm kidding, of course. No, mate. Sorry, it didn't come number one. I do. It's your list. You should get what you want, I guess. But sometimes don't work like that, especially when you've got 4 other people who don't think the same as you. We'll finish off with Kit King Dom. Third place for you, Dom. Jay's right what he's saying. It's quintessential, that sort of late 90s Umbro for you. Probably one of the better Chelsea home shirts, you think?
Yeah, 100%. I think other than kind of the cut of the shirt, kind of pushing the Umbro, and obviously that Umbro logo being just the typeface, kind of makes it seem a little bit squashed towards the top. But other than that, Chelsea really dropped a bollock with their reinterpretation of it this season, because it could have done so much more and still made it like relative to now and a bit fresher. But they now can't effectively revisit that, and it could have been so much better. So I'd feel for Chelsea fans like Jay, who quite rightly have got this as their all-time favourite.
Yeah, for sure. It's United did one, didn't it? They're meant to be like the Champions League winning one. They did it a season too late, and all it had was the times he scored the goals on.
Yeah, I remember that.
Ridiculous, honestly. But there we go. Sadly. Yeah,
we beat them. Dennis Wise scored a great goal in that game.
He did, indeed.
Shirt number one, then, guys.
That was completely missed on them.
Eddie knows Chelsea.
That's all you know. That's all your fans know. Chelsea. Okay, shirt number one, then. One shirt left. It has come top of the pops. Conquered all the rest. 41 points overall. Really good score for this shirt. And it is this one. It is the 95-97 home shirt. I do think this is your best home shirt. if my opinion matters at all. I just think it's brilliant. Anyway, let's talk about people whose opinions we care about. Sean had this one second. Hendo had this one second. The person that had it furthest down, we'll start with him and we'll go through the Chelsea fans last. I think that's only fair. Had it furthest down the list was Dom, who had it in 5th place. Why was that, Dom?
Why?
Yeah.
Why? Just that massive why that the collar like says to me. That's it.
You set him up there. You set him up.
I know what I'm doing.
It's got scripts and everything.
But yeah, there's obviously there's a lot going on as well. And I just prefer the previous, like the other shirt that we've just had. I think that deserved to finish first. But yeah, I'm more than happy to hand over to these lads. It's not a bad shirt. I don't dislike it. But that's quite a prominent letter on a shirt. But yeah, that shield around the badge is absolutely brilliant as well, to be fair.
Dan, so you had this shirt in 3rd place. For me, like the shirt previous, has a lot of the same elements that makes that last shirt that Jay was saying such a great shirt. For you, do you agree with that? And what are your overall thoughts on this? What for me is a classic Chelsea home shirt.
Yeah, do you know what? I look at it and it's one of those shirts that I just think of embodies Chelsea. It screams Chelsea. You just see that cause logo on a blue background and you automatically know it is a Chelsea shirt. Yeah. I also believe that I would say necessarily that they probably took aspects of this shirt and then used it to develop the next shirt, the previous one. Yeah. So I would say in the sense that this shirt walked so the other one could run and they could sort of gauge what fans wanted from a shirt and what made it a classic. But for this one, why not? It's just incredible. It's such a lovely shirt. Look at that. I mean, look, Zola, even the shorts are incredible. But yeah, it's just such a nice shirt. Although, to be fair to Paul Zola there, the sleeves look absolutely massive on him.
Hey, I can speak from experience. That happens with every single shirt, mate. I know what he's going through. Let me tell you. But yeah, what an absolute legend. Jay, let's finish off with you then. Second on your list. So I'm guessing it's your second best Chelsea shirt of all time. Yeah. So similar to the previous home shirt. For you, is it just that one just uses the same elements a little bit better than this one? Or how is it you see this Chelsea shirt as well?
Yeah, no, for sure. That other one, I think, maybe the white underneath kind of gave it that extra bit of definition, whereas this one all blue, but still an unbelievable shirt. And also just a great memory for Chelsea fans. Obviously, the first FA Cup, the first trophy in like 26 years, kind of kick-started the Chelsea that we know today on, in this kit. So it's special for that reason as well. Yeah. All the design features that the lads have already mentioned is absolutely stunning. The old badge and everything. And also for me as well, like I was born in 97 and for my 18th birthday, my mum and dad got me this kit, which was an incredible gift from them. And I was like, just so happy. And I was like, well done, mum and dad. This is a great gift. But it was a score draw. So, so it wasn't the best gift, but they thought about it and that's all that mattered. So big up mum and dad. But yeah, I still need to get my hands on one, to be fair. And I would love like a lovely, like, Di Matteo on the back or something.
Yeah, no, I mean, like I say, I think looking through this list, obviously not a Chelsea fan, you've had some great shirts, and it's nice to see your interpretation of what is the best kits from Chelsea through your eyes, and us ranking them and slagging them off a little bit, putting your list down, I guess. It's just a good thing. It's a good thing Sean went here because I think they would have had some words to say. You still yet to do an episode with you two. That's what needs. Maybe you get you on for the Stockport one, and you can just slag off all the Stockport shirts.
Yeah,
that'll be fun. That'll be fun. So there we go then. Shirt number 1 this week of Jay's top 10 Chelsea shirts is this. It's the 95-97 home shirt coming in with 41 points, which is a great score for any shirt. As always, my scoring and making sure that I don't cheat and just make up a list of whatever I see fit from the rankers. So there we go. That is this week's episode done and dusted. thank you for joining us. We are finally back. Full Kit Rankers is here to stay. It's going nowhere. For anyone, if you know that one person, Jackson's jerseys that cared where we were, asking what's that. Now, actually, I've had a few people asking where the hell we've been and what's going on. But no, we are back, of course, and we'll be here every Wednesday with more Full Kit Rankers. Yeah, so thanks for stopping by. Dom, as always, mate, it's a pleasure. Glad you're here and you've still got the setup. I'm surprised you haven't took it all down, mate, thinking, oh, Talking Kit is no more.
Mate, I was livid. I thought, I've just bought a load of crap to put in.
I would do that. Well, saying that, mate, that interview you did with the Mancunian unit, fucking fantastic, mate. I need to be watching what I'm up to because, mate, you smashed it out of the park. So big up for that, mate. That's it was really enjoyable. It was really nice.
Thank you. They were great guests. They were a great club, and hopefully I'll be looking to do some more stuff like that, featuring some clubs or some accounts and seeing what they're about, and just dedicating episodes to like a bit of a interview format.
Yeah, mate, you should. It's you've got a knack for it. So yeah, well done on that one, and make sure you're following Dom. His links are in the description, as always. Jay, thank you so much for bringing the list. Thank you so much for joining us. Obviously, you've just dropped, the greatest film of 2023 over on Retro Football Kits. What's going on with you and stuff? Plug your own channel as well for once, mate. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, to be honest, I haven't uploaded on that because of all the time that I put into the randomizer video. But yeah, no, get over to the personal channel. Chelsea are good again, by the way. Don't know if you know, but we're good again. We're back. So I'll be posting on there again, and it won't be depressing content, so that's fun. But no, thank you for having me on again, lads. Talk about Chelsea shirts is always a pleasure, so appreciate it.
Always. Links as well in the description for the boy Jay. Dan, again, thank you for joining us. This time the show will be going out, so your face will be seen, and people can see how fantastic you are in every single aspect of life. But what's going on with Birdie Shirts? Tell people.
At the minute, it's just trying to get as many Atalanta shirts as possible. I will show you. I don't know. You probably haven't seen it, but I'll show you the newest arrival. Incredible, absolutely gorgeous. Not an AC Milan shirt.
Oh, nice.
But a Atalanta 1992 goalkeeper shirt.
Oh, mate.
Match one. That's leather, stitched leather. Absolutely unreal shirt.
Fantastic.
Just incredible. But yeah, it's pretty much at the minute. It's just trying to find shirts that I've never seen before.
Wow. Mate, you've got a winner there. So yeah, make sure you're following Dan over on Birdie Shirts. Obviously, again, link is always in the description for everyone. And that is pretty much our time. Thank you for stopping by to the Rank Bank and going through 10 more shirts with us. If you have liked the episode, enjoyed yourself, make sure you like the video. You can always subscribe to the channel. We do appreciate that around here. We're never going to turn a subscriber away. And share it with your kit-loving friends. The kit community is vast, it is wide. And we'd like to be in every single crevice and every corner of it. So make sure you're spreading us not nice and thin. That's weird. Just make sure you're sending it to people, pretty much, is what I'm saying.
Spread it with love.
Spread it with love. Yeah, that's the best thing. That's the best thing. Spread it with love, nice and gentle. Be kind. But we're gone. We're out of here. Thanks for stopping by. But whatever you do, no matter where you are, who you support, and what you like to wear in the day or in the night, just make sure whatever you are doing, you keep talking kit.